When we last left our heroes, they'd just attempted to assassinate a mysterious red-cloaked bard named Malvira. However, in the process they'd caused the entire building to become engulfed in flame, and there was a group of 2 dark-cloaked people with Plaguedoctor masks preparing to kill them. Before the Plaguedoctors could reach the party, another one of the hallway doors opened up, and standing behind the party was a human noble. He immediately pulled a bomb out of his pocket and threw it into the hallway between the party and the Plaguedoctors. The explosion caved in the floor and destroyed the path. The Plaguedoctors quickly retreated from the burning building, leaving the party alone.
So, what do I get? I just saved your life.
You just set off a bomb inside of a tavern.
Great minds think alike then, I see. Now, before we all burn to death, would you like to go get a drink?
The party and the new arrival all traveled up to the Reefclaw Tavern, and they all introduced themselves to him as he bought a few rounds of drinks.
My name is Lord Hallamir of the Thief Lord's Court, but more importantly to your little group, I might be able to help get the bounty removed from your head. However, I want a favor done first.
How surprising. Well, it depends on what the favor would be. We already seem to have quite a few of those that we need to get done for people.
It's quite simple. There's a pirate captain by the name of Admiral Elros, and he has a very interesting magical cutlass that I want you to steal for me. Have any of you ever heard of Eldrite before? It's a metal that, from what I've heard, seems to be unique to Venzer. It's extremely rare, and allegedly very, very powerful. It looks dark purple in hue, and if you look very closely at it, you can faintly see purple bolts of lightning arcing across the metal. Beyond that, we don't know much about it. Rumors say that weapons forged of Eldrite can cut through steel weapons, or that they channel magical effects at 10 times the power of typical weaponry. Regardless of the truth, I want this cutlass, and in exchange, I'll pull some strings and get the bounty removed.
Sounds fair enough, and don't worry, I have some experience with fighting pirates before. This shouldn't take us very long. The party began their search for Admiral Elros and eventually ran into a large statue of him, resting inside of a restaurant named the Charming Star. Sitting at a nearby table by themselves was Ranthorn, the half-elf sorcerer who the party had traveled to a graveyard with back in episode 2. Hi, Ranthorn. I hope we're not interrupting anything. We have a few questions about this statue over here. Well, I was kind of waiting for somebody, but it seems like they're going to be a bit late, so sure, what do you want to know? The statue. Yeah, I got that. I meant, what exactly do you want to know about the statue? Who is he, and where can we find him in his super powerful magic cutlass? Well, for who he is, he was a legendary pirate captain here back in the day, but he died around 100 years ago or something, so I don't really think you'll be able to find him anytime soon. Oh well, thanks for the help. Have fun on your date. It's not whatever. Good luck with finding your dead pirate. The party was prepared to leave the restaurant, but then Tenebris had an idea. He remembered what they'd seen written on their used map, and went over to one of the waiters and said he'd like to order the roast goat with a side of onion. The waiter then led the party through a secret staircase in the back of the restaurant. On the floor below, they found a pub filled to the brim with ghouls in suits, drinking, playing cards, and talking to one another. At the far end of the room was an undead pirate captain that the party immediately recognized as Admiral Elros. Greetings, newcomers. What can I do for you? We were, looking for work. Yeah, that, and we're wondering if you wanted to hire us for any mercenary work. Perfect timing, actually. I've just got a shipment of Pesh that I need someone to take over to New Ashton, and my usual crew got killed during the dragon attack down in Amberwood, so I was meaning to hire some new people. Where's New Ashton? I don't think I remember seeing that on our map. It's up north of here, biggest and oldest city on the island, but more importantly, it has a ton of people willing to buy drugs from us. Admiral Elros kept talking, but the party was distracted, because Tenebris had gotten out their map of Venzor, and it looked different. Where the top right section of the map used to be blank, with only a warning to stay away, now it had a new city there, named New Ashton. But then, the party thought about it, and was the map ever really different? No, the map couldn't have changed. They must have just misremembered. After coming to the realization that New Ashton must have always been on the map, the party got back to their conversation. Alright, we're in. We'll head out in the morning, cause I wanna buy some new weapons tonight just to make sure we aren't attacked and eaten by ghouls. What Edith meant to say is that she was about to leave and not be a part of this mission. Please still hire us? Edith left the pub and went to stand up at the front of the restaurant while she waited for the rest of the party to be done with the negotiations. However, Tenebris had a different plan. After another few minutes of talking with Admiral Elros, he suddenly grabbed the Eldrite cutlass and used a spell to teleport it up into Edith's hands. Tenebris and Jay immediately sprinted out of the pub, joined up with Edith, and ran out into the streets and bridges of Silverwick. After a brief chase, they managed to escape from Admiral Elros and his crew. The party then went back to the Reefclaw Tavern, where they met up with Lord Hallamir once more. As they had all agreed upon, Edith gave him the Eldrite cutlass. However, Jay also managed to convince Hallamir to pay a ton of money in exchange for the one magic dagger that Silsira was hunting for. After that, the party slept through the night, and in the morning prepared to keep searching for Malvira so that they could finish up the favor they owed to Cartbox. However, it seemed like they wouldn't need to keep searching for long, because on their way to the Rusty Frog, they actually ran into Malvira in the streets. "Oh hey, it's you three again. Just the people I was looking for. I think I might have another job for you." "I'm sorry, Malvira, but I think we're going to have to decline." The party drew their weapons, and a look of betrayal crossed Malvira's face as she drew her crossbow. "Look, you don't want to do this. I was trained by the greatest archer in all of the lands." The party ignored her advice, and the fight with the red-cloaked bard began, 17 stories above the ground of Silverwick.